Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Orvana minerals. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now in the case of this chart, I am looking at this as an initial wave 1 up and here a wave 2 correction that has occurred. And yeah, let's see if we, just for fun, if we actually managed to hold the support zone for this wave 2. And yeah, we did actually fight with it quite a bit, but the support held, and we are now probably heading into the third wave to the upside, where I would be looking at an ideal target for such a wave 3 at the 138.2% extension around the $45 level. Yeah, that's an approximation, that's the ideal target. Wave 3 can often extend far beyond those levels, but they should generally reach that point. Otherwise, yeah, it is likely that it would be within a different interpretation. Now, keep in mind, we do have overall an all-time downtrend that has developed, and we do need to also watch out for the resistance for such an interpretation. Fortunately, we did get a brief break above the 78.6% retracement. Now, nothing too significant, so I am still considering it somewhat of a risk, and yeah, we can keep it in, yeah, let's use the red scenario. And yeah, as long as we don't manage to get a sustained break above the 78.6% retracement especially, I would still consider it possible, yeah, to go into a new all-time low, and yeah, still a threat. Now, based on the fact that we can count this movement to the upside as a 5-wave structure, and the proportions on the large time frame don't necessarily suggest that, but the internal structure within these waves kind of does. Now, to be honest, I could also count it as an ABC structure that has developed to the upside. That is also a possible interpretation, so don't take it too literally, but we did build this larger structure that could be a 5-wave move, and we do have a level of confidence after holding support here in this supposed 3-wave correction that could have bottomed here, could consider the bottom here as well, also perfectly fine. And we did hold the support and we did head out of the support zone. We can still track a push into new all-time highs into a wave 3. And yeah, internally within, from this bottom that I am considering the wave 2 bottom, yeah, I am looking for the third wave to the upside to develop, and I'm looking actually for an initial 5-wave move to the upside. And in that case, I would have to say that unfortunately, this seems to be developing as a leading diagonal to the upside. And yeah, I would say that this could be a wave 1, here a wave 2, then an ABC structure could be developing here, but even more likely could be that this is an ABC structure developing in this area instead. We do need to keep aware that that is possible, that yeah, this wave C is actually, or could actually be towards the end of it. Now, if we manage to push much higher within this wave 3 in a very direct fashion, those probabilities could change to the point that yeah, this could be an ABC structure, where if this is the entire way, this is the wave C, I would have a series of 1-2 setups that occurred in this area, and then yeah, after completing this wave 3, we would have a series of pretty reliable 4-5 patterns that would allow trade setups and opportunities for entries and profit taking afterwards. Now, depending on how this develops, we may really only get just 1 or 2 more highs in this area, and yet we could then have a complete pattern within the wave 3, where this would be an A, B, C pattern complete, and that we would be looking for a correction in a wave 4 afterwards. So yeah, we need to be on top of these things right now, because it is possible to be in an area that could form a top in a pretty quick fashion. Yeah, just as I was saying, 1 or 2 more highs could actually be enough. And yeah, with that said, internally I am looking specifically at this area. I suppose I could add even a larger count here, where yeah, this could be an A, B, and a C. And within this wave C, I'm looking for a 5-wave structure where this would be a 1, 2, maybe something like this. The exact structure may be a bit more difficult to read. We may get more or less extensions within this wave C. That is to be seen, but right now I am even looking still at the internal wave 3, because yeah, within this structure I even have here a small 1-2 setup, and then here another small 1-2 setup, and I think this would be the third wave up. Even this third wave could, this internal wave 3 could actually still extend, but I would like to track a general support zone in this area for this internal wave 4 that would be forming, not for even a possible internal wave 4 within this wave 3 direct extension, but for something like 1, 2, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. And yeah, if we manage to push higher directly within this wave 3, it would likely be without reaching the support zone here for wave 4. And if we actually get to that point, it is likely that it is within this count. And yeah, in that case, I would be looking for support in this wave 4, from the $1.1 level all the way down to the 90-cent level at the 50% retracement. And as long as we stay above the 50% retracement here, I am looking with pretty high likelihood to continue to push higher within this wave 3. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not the only way this could work out. As I was mentioning, this could extend in a pretty direct fashion and basically allow this to turn into a 1-2 setup, where then this could be a very strong third wave to the upside. That is something that is allowed, that is possible, but it's not something necessarily that I am favoring, not my preferred interpretation at the moment. I am right now still looking just for a 4-5 pattern in this area. And if the 50% retracement fails, well, what could we be looking out for then? And yeah, I have a few options. I could be looking at maybe a diagonal structure forming here, where the support zone would be allowed for lower to find a support for a wave 4 and then continue higher. But I would prefer probably to look at a more general support zone here in this time frame that would, let's say, look for support zone that would be for a wave 2. Now that would decrease the probabilities significantly, breaking below the 50% retracement regardless, because it could work out to build another 1-2 setup here, but honestly, I find it quite unlikely, a little unrealistic. And if that is the case, I would probably prefer to focus on different patterns, because there would be a significant risk that this entire movement to the upside could be complete already, and we may get into a more significant correction where I would be looking at a larger time frame support zone that would really be here between the, let's see, the 82-cent level all the way down to the 61.8% retracement at the 37-cent level. And if we break below that, it will probably result in failure, to be honest. I don't really have nothing reliable below it, and not even this without the full structure in the wave C is not as reliable as I would like it to be. But the idea is, if we fail to hold this 50% retracement in white at the 90-cent level, I would be very wary not to get into the larger support zone that extends much lower to the 37-cent level. And for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.